So what are these things?
So these are Pokens. They're your social business card. So why social business card? Well, it's a fashion accessory that you'll have on your keychain, and with which you can exchange all of your contact information by simply high-4ing or pokening as such. It glows, and basically what you have is a means of reducing all of the social network clutter. And when you meet somebody, instead of having to ask them, what's your email address, what's your MSN, what's your AIM, what's your Facebook, or searching for them on Facebook, and you'll search for someone that has a common name, find 20 occurrences, here you'll immediately have access to their full range of social media communication tools.
And who are you?
So I'm Stéphane Dutrio. I'm the founder of Poken.
Yep.
Appropriately named, as this is our first product. We call these the character Pokens. We do have...
What does Poken stand for, and where did that name come from?
Well, there are multiple stories around that name, but the main one is really that, it's a token, it's a tool that enables you to attract attention, first of all, and to connect to people. Okay. So it would come from
So this is going to be the pickup line for 2010. Can I Poken with you?
Yeah, do you Poken? Our website is doyoupoken.com. So that's exactly what we've put in plans for the new pickup line. But I'd say that we're steering away from dating and so on, and you'll see that the people that are adopting this in Europe, and it's becoming very popular in Europe, in Japan, it's really not from a dating angle. It's really from a business card angle, and it's attracting the Web 2 Twitter generation as a new means of really staying in touch with someone. And one of the aspects that people really like is that you often don't know what networks your friends are on. Yeah. Or even the people that you meet. You don't know what tools they use. What this will do is it will very quickly show you what are the preferred tools of your friends. Okay. So when you see the virtual business card, you'll see that.
So how do I get one of these, first of all?
So we have quite an extensive network of resellers online that sell them. It's also in shops in Europe. Here in the US, it's not in any physical retail yet. Okay. But you can buy them either on our website, where you'll buy a 12-pack. And you can distribute and sell them, give them away.
How much is a 12-pack?
So the Pokens are $15 individually. Okay. So a 12-pack will be 15 times that. Okay. But
is that a discount for buying them, eh?
Well, that is the discounted price in the sense that the retail price is actually $20, and if you buy them in Europe, they're even more expensive. They're about 20 euros, which is $30 or so.
Very cool. So. And when I get one of these, so somebody hands me one or I buy one because I think they're cool, how do I fill out the data? How do I get you my business card, and like I have one on my key ring?
So you can Poken straight out of the box. So it comes in a little box. All you do is you take it out of the box.
Mine,
there we go. So even if, I don't think, you haven't registered yours yet, right?
I have.
You have now, okay.
Yeah, but I'm asking the question so people know what
this one is new. It's just come out of the box. It's not registered yet. It doesn't matter. I can still Poken everyone around me. Why? Because it contains a pointer to my data, even if it's my future data. Okay. So if I Poken people, they already have that pointer, and when I fill it in, they'll get access to my data. Okay. It's a little USB stick, so you just pop it open like this, stick it in your computer, and launch the HTML. There's a Start Poken HTML link on it. There's no software to install, no drivers. It works on any platform. Basically, all you need is a web browser. So it's meant to be really, really simple to use. You don't have to fiddle around, no special configuration. You can really just whip it out of your pocket, Poken your friends, and put it back in. You've exchanged all your contact data.
Cool. How does the technology work? What's actually inside one of these things?
So it's RF based. It's not RFID. A lot of people ask me and say, hey, is this one of those neat new RFID or NFC devices? It isn't actually. We were inspired by RFID, but RFID wouldn't actually let you do this. So we've developed our own technology that fits in a compact, low-power device that you don't need to recharge. Yep. That's a really important aspect because you're already charging your cell phone, you're charging your iPod, you're charging all these things, and when you meet someone, the last thing you want to happen is that your device would be discharged. So here you actually have, we've used watch technology, digital watch technology from Switzerland. We're based in Switzerland. Use that expertise to develop a very, very low power RF-based technology, so that you actually don't need to change the battery or worry about it running out.
Okay. And what are some of the other kinds of forms that you'll have? I see
well, this is just a
badge.
special preview of the badge Poken. We did use it in a conference a few months ago, and we're finalizing the product right now. So what it is, it's a very low power, low cost throwaway version of the Poken. As you can see, the electronics are integrated at the back here.
Yeah.
So you can just pivot it out, insert the little USB into your computer, and download all the V-cards of the people that you meet at the conference.
And it's very low cost so the conference planner will buy a whole badge with one of these built into it.
Exactly. So the conference planner will buy one of these bare badges into which they'll integrate the standard, badge insert. You can still have like meal coupons and whatnot in the back, like the sort of more high-end badges, but every user at the conference will be issued one of these and will be able to network using their social business cards, or Poken cards.
Okay. And how are you expecting to make money other than selling it? I guess you make a little bit of profit on selling these things, right?
Well, it's surprising. A lot of people ask us, how are you going to make money? And because we're seen as a web company, and of course that's the first question that comes to mind when you encounter a web company. But we're actually selling a product, so we actually do make money. A lot of web companies don't. We make money selling Pokens.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's going quite well. We're having booming sales in Japan, in Europe, in several countries, launching South Korea. It's going pretty well. I'd say we're very happy with the results, way above our expectations.
Very cool.
And we're looking at entering the U.S.
Are you going to do any advertising on the site that I visit to look at my Pokens and stuff like that?
We don't have an advertising model. We don't need to bombard you with advertising of any kind because you've basically earned the right to use an ad-free interface by buying a Poken.
Yeah. And what else can I ask about this? I noticed when I signed on, I could sign up for several social networks and add them to my Poken account. Are you going to be adding more? Because like FriendFeed's not on there, and there's several other networks that aren't on.
I'm surprised FriendFeed isn't. I think it is actually. Maybe you looked a few days ago. We're adding networks constantly. There's about 30 networks that we have on there at the moment.
Oh, very cool.
Because we're Europe based. There are multiple networks in Europe and in Asia, but also all of the main ones here in the U.S. We have an API that's currently not publicly available, but that some partners are using. What the API lets social networks do is add themselves to Poken. So FriendFeed, if we don't have it, I'm sorry, I don't know. They would be absolutely welcome to use our API to add themselves to Poken.
Oh, very cool.
And also third-party websites. So we're looking at if you have a blogging site or if you have a brand community or whatever, you can use our API to integrate the Poken functionality into your site.
And are you going to be building your own social network?
We're not, actually. I mean, people ask us, are you a new social network? What we're saying is absolutely not. We're not looking at duplicating any functionality that you would have somewhere else that's easily accessible and that you're already used to using. We love, we're all using Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, all of these tools. They're fantastic. What we want to do is simplify the access to those tools. Okay. So we make it easy for you to interact with your friends using existing tools.
Very cool. And so now to switch to the other part for Building 43. What's your view on the 2010 web? What do you think a modern website needs to have to be considered modern, and how does this play into it?
Well, I guess those are two separate questions.
Yeah.
I'll start with the second one. How does this play into it? I'm a big believer in object-based networking. So I think that what we've seen, convergence, everything going into, first of all, computers. Everything going into your computer, your TV, your having a one central point to access the internet. That's now exploding into mobile devices. So you're getting fantastic performance on cell phones, on the iPhone, and so on. But I think it's going to break out further. I think you'll see that. Now with the low cost of electronics, new communication technologies, NFC, RF, and so on, you're going to have more and more objects that are part of the web that you interact with your other devices, and not the vision of I'm in bed, my alarm clock goes off and the toaster pops up a piece of toast. That's not that's not very useful. But in terms of simplifying your life and having things that have what we say, actually we had somebody comment and make a very relevant comment about Poken, is that it doesn't have a user interface. So we've simplified the user interface so much that it doesn't have, there's nothing between you and that other person you're pokening. It's so simple. You take it out of your pocket, you touch, you put it back in your pocket. So going in that direction with objects.
Very cool. And did you want to get more into the broader look?
Look at the web.
Yeah. What are you noticing? Because you're getting around the world and meeting with a lot of people and seeing how businesses are run. And what are you noticing changing about the web or the internet?
Certainly, mobile is having a huge impact. So I think that websites will no longer be just the standard HTML web page that you see, but they'll have to have multiple different points of access. And I mean, what we all do today, you know, I use the Google application on my iPhone more than I use the Google page. So I think that's something that people are going to have to keep in mind, the widgetization of the web, whether it's on your Mac dashboard, whether it's on the iPhone or elsewhere. But where the web browser is no longer the central focus for accessing the web.
Very cool. Well, thanks so much for spending a little bit of time with me.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Where do we find it again? Spell it out.
NinjaPoken.com.
And it's P-O?
P-O-K-E-N.